Right then, party people. It's only been a couple of years since we last live streamed, so I thought it about time I'd done one. As you can see, I'm in the Bang Bus, aka Isla. Bit of a mobile studio thing going on, because I'm that good. I'll let the viewers and that build up. We have 20 currently already. Hello all. Got a guest tagging along in a moment. I'm just going to let you pop in and I'll read some comments while we wait. Chris Moore, Mark Longoria, Born Outside, Tramp on the Hills, Robert Whitworth have all left comments. Thank you very much. Robert, congratulations on winning that tent from Outdoor Gear Essentials. Make sure you ping them the message. Thank you very much for your donation. Much appreciated. Died down a little bit here, it looks like. Can everyone hear and see me okay? Give us a one in the chat if the audio's all right, if the obviously the visuals are going to be cake and arse. It's got my napper in it, but good. Right then, where do we start? I'll introduce my first guest. Is a content creator, and you may remember him from such YouTube shorts like "Shit, My Sleeping Bag's Haunted," "Footsteps in the Dark," and the fucking Bigfoot Touch Me Pee-Pee. Right to welcome to the stage, Grizzly Gaz.
Hey up, peeps. How's it going?
How you doing, mate?
All good, all good. How are you doing?
All the better for having a beer in my hand and sitting in my camper van out the way of the kids.
Yeah, what better than a Sunday night with a moment away from kids?
Good, isn't it? Just seen you put a vid up tonight about the history of the thingy mask, anonymous mask.
Oh yeah. Well, it was bonfire night when I when I did that camp last week. You see, so
good little twist on it, dude. Good little twist on it. There ain't really a format, as you're soon going to find out. Basically, we're going to sit down, we're going to shoot the shit, talk about whatever crops up in the chat, what we want to talk about. A few things I'd like to get your opinions on. We'll go through and crack on from there. Anything you want to say at any time, want to call me a prick, fat knobhead, whatever you want, just chime or in. Don't wait to be spoken to.
All right.
Have a quick look down here. We've got Will, Chris Moore, William Osborne, Nigel Alworth, Mr. White Eagle, which I'm guessing is from the Wild White, John Wild, and Will again, up to 38. Right, there is something I'd like to go through with you. And now that you're a bigger channel, and as we've known each other for, at least 30 hours now.
I have commented on your videos before I was a bigger one, and you did get back to me and stuff on them, so I appreciate that.
And I've commented on yours, mate, even though I'm not a big commenter on, I'm not a big YouTube watcher, but certainly that drone's got me interested.
Yeah, it's not a bad little drone for, well, I don't know, now they've put the price up to, it's like 400 quid now for that. And I don't, because you can get a DJI for that price, but it depends on what you want to use it for, you see. If you're just using it like I use it for 5-second bit of B-roll here and that, and there, then it's perfect for that because you can just take it out of your pocket, boom, press a button and it's doing it. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
If you're doing like the proper landscapey type cinematic sort of stuff, then you're wanting a DJI for that sort of thing. But I used to take my DJI with me all the time and it just never come out of bag. Do you know what I mean? And it's an extra like 600 grams that I'm carrying for no reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I bought my DJI and I think I've used it twice and I've crashed it both times. And yeah, I really want to. I mean, on that bike trip I've done, 15 days on every part of the coastline, never even pulled it out of my bag.
No. Well, that'd be perfect for you, see, because it follows you, that little hover cam thing.
Hopefully I'll be going a little bit quicker than that drone can fly, though.
15 mile an hour. You'll be going right fast on that thing that you showed me the other day, will you?
Oh, mate, it's a hog. I don't know what you're talking about. So, one thing I want to ask you, purely because we touched on it yesterday when we was having a little chat. I'm very, very, very fortunate that I get next to no trolls. Obviously, it's because of my sunny disposition and people don't want to offend this baby face.
Yep.
Do you get the trolls? A lot of them. I know that other people do, and I've heard them talk about them.
Yeah, the bigger you get, the more haters you get. Really, that's all it comes down to. I think people will see a video that's got like 100,000 views on it, and they'll think I should be getting that. You know?
Yeah. Oh, so it's other YouTubers that are doing it.
Sometimes, but most of the time, it's people that don't have channels. Do you know what I mean? But the way how I see it is they're in a bad place themselves, so they're just taking it out on whoever they can, sort of thing. Someone who's not gonna sort of fight back, if you know what I mean. So they're just getting the negativity out of the system. So, I mean,
and how'd you deal with them?
Thanks for watching.
Oh, that is as good as saying evening fella or hello fella. That's right up there.
Yeah, that's all you do. I mean, kill them with kindness, really. Sometimes I'll if they arguing a point rather than arguing me, then I'll have a back and forth with them, sort of thing. But if they're just doing it out of spite or, just being menacing really towards me for no reason, then usually I just hide them from the channel. So, well,
yeah. Go on.
If they give constructive criticism, then I'll take that, and then you channel it in what they've said. Think about it. Do I really need to, do this sort of thing or whatever? But if they're just criticizing you with no construction there for you, then that's all they're going to do on your channel from there on out, sort of thing. You get, after you've had so many trolls on your channel, you get to see, and if you're a good judge of character as well, if someone just comes at you straight away like that, you think, can't be bothered with you. Just hide you. See
I encourage the banter. I encourage people to call me fat, useless, ham-fisted, spadoofed. I encourage it. And there ain't a lot they can say that's actually going to piss me off. Normally, I either blank them or pin them to the top.
Yeah.
Just leave them there. There you go. You look a dick. And 99 times out of 100, they delete their comments for some reason.
Oh,
not because the people that watch this channel are awesome and deal with the pests. Not that at all.
It's because they've been called out. That's what it is.
Yeah. As I say, I genuinely, if I get one a video, I'm at a bad video.
Right. I get them in pretty much every video now, but I reply to every comment as well. I read every comment.
I'll try to.
And if it's just like, just a straightforward, nice video sort of thing, you don't really need to, reply to them sort of ones. But, if someone asks a question or whatever, then I try to reply to all of them. But the trolls...
Never feed the trolls.
Yeah.
But some are fun to play with.
They are, but then I find myself going down a road of fighting these trolls all the time. Then that's what I was doing, and it would starting to, get to me a little bit. And I thought I just can't be bothered with that anymore. So it's just hide user. That's it. Done. See you later.
Oh, you hide them and all.
Yeah.
With the exception of racist comments, I never delete comments. Never. How do I? What's the point?
Because, like I say, if they're not going to be constructive towards me, it's not going to help me in any way. I just think
no.
I don't need you commenting on my videos. Like I say, if you're going to argue a point, fair enough. But if you're just coming in to abuse me, then you can tell banter through way how they say things. Do you know what I mean? But if it's just straight abuse, it's like I can't be arsed with that. See you later.
You can stay at home and have that, can't you?
Yeah. You get it off my kids every day.
Have a quick whip down here while it's in front of me. You may even see me don me binos because I am proper blind. I'm getting old as shit. It sucks. Right, William Osborne, when's the next adventure? I'll chuck that over to you to start, mate.
Well, for me, tomorrow. I'll be out tomorrow.
Have you got any big multi-dayers or anything like that planned?
Not anything like that planned. I need to get rid of this first and get a bit fit. That's why I've been going to gym. You know what I mean? And I don't mean going to see Jim at McDonald's. Actually, inside a gym.
Yeah, I've got one planned next year. That's the Tiny Bike 202, which I'll announce a bit closer to the time. But that's going to be a good fun one. I've got a great one coming up with a missus that she knows nothing about. I can't even say what it is in here, just in case she watches it, and you will have no more chance because I'll be dead. And I'll tell you one thing I am toying with at the moment, and this plays into you getting fit, and I really don't think I'll be able to, but I'm toying with applying for the 2025 Ironman as a 15 stone, nearly 50-year-old bloke that can't swim.
So you'll have to learn to swim as well.
I don't think it can end well.
Well, it'd make a good video.
Yeah,
people love watching us suffer, don't they? That's the thing.
The thing is with it, this is what I said to my missus when I was mentioning it. With like one of my challenges, adventures, walking, this, that, the other, it's a week, 2 weeks, get your head down, shut the pain off and carry on. Yeah. With that Ironman, I'm going to have to train for a year, which means cycling, running and swimming, which I hate, I have to do for a year before going through 17 hours of hell. Is it worth it? Well, in the chat, is it worth it? I don't think so. William, that's your fault for putting it back in my head.
If it's a challenge that you want to do, then get on it.
I don't want to do it. No, it's my yearly... I've got absolutely no want to do that at all. It's my yearly thing for the combat stress. That's all it is.
Oh, it's a charity thing.
Yeah. And it might not happen.
If you make a video out of it, people like to see you suffer, so it might bring you some pennies in that way as well.
True, but that's all. He missed the start. Am I situated? I am parked in my front garden, yes. And if you know where I live, don't come round because I've got a catapult and ball bearings here.
What do you use? Do you use lead or steel for your catty?
Steel. I don't get it out as much as I should, even though I am a dead-eye dick with it.
Right.
I've got a new subscriber, Tammy. Thank you very much, Gaz, for sending Tammy my way.
Cheers.
Oh, there you go. I'm a true technophobe, guys. I'm really going to have to apologise for this. Where am I now? Being called well, if I'm in one of those fake taxis, it means you are an all-Gaz. And I think Bigfoot touching your PP is the last of your worries. At least.
He's always touching my PP, apparently. Well, according to comments on my videos, anyway.
See, I've got a bloke I work with, and he's convinced that he's seen a big cat. Two different sorts on this island, black jaguar and a lynx. And I've tried to explain to him many, many times. One, you never get a black panther jaguar, whatever you want to call it, without spotted ones. Because they're just spotted ones, and exceptionally rare spotted ones. Yeah. So if there's a black one, you're going to get spotted ones. Two, to see a wildcat in this country is 1,000,000 to 1. To see 2 different species of wildcat on the Isle of Wight would be like 1,000,000 times 1,000,000 to 1. So I think he could be wrong.
Maybe. Well, you see all these videos pop up, don't you? Of seen a black panther in a field, and you see it's just a domestic cat. Do you know what I mean? Walking through a field. But in the 80s, we're in the 80s when they brought that new law in, and you couldn't have exotic pets, and people just let them off into wild or whatever. So there could be some lurking about from that. But what I've been told, they can only live like 10 to 15 years, so they'll have all died out now anyway.
Unless they're breeding. I'm a proper skeptic. I definitely wouldn't say there aren't any.
Well, I'm a skeptic, but I need to see it with my own eyes before I believe something.
I mean, how do you find them with the ghost hunting and that when you go out?
I don't particularly go out ghost hunting. It's just
They aren't you.
shizzle sort of happens. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hello. Are you coming to say hello? Hey up. Ah, here she is. Look, everyone's wanting to see you. Look,
Your twin.
you little pudding. There she is.
How old is she?
I don't know. I think she's about 8 or 9. I've only had her for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But she's one of the best dogs for wild camping ever. She's quiet. All she does is dotes on me, sort of thing. So she's never away from me. But that has its ups and downs because obviously when I'm at home, if I go to the shop, she's at the door crying and stuff. You know what I mean? Because she's got bad separation anxiety. So,
I need to start dragging mine out with me a bit more. But I don't know. I just think he's not the greatest off the lead. He ain't a twat at all. But you know, if he sees something of interest, he won't come back.
Yeah, you need to have good recall on him to let him off lead in wild, sort of thing.
Oh, mate, I mean, I used to have a couple of spanners before, which I used for beating and stuff, and they were properly trained. This is more the missus's dog, and it's her job to train it, and...
It's not happened.
No, it ain't. Right, what we got here? I've got a question here. I've not read the question before I put it on the screen, which could be, it's Trooper again. I want to get a good set of item boots, must be waterproof and warm, but not cost the earth. What's your opinion?
Well, what I'm wearing at the moment is Berghaus. They're called Hillwalker 2s. They don't have any insulation in them, but they're full leather and the Gore-Tex as well. So if you buy a size up, get a decent pair of socks on underneath. They are waterproof. I've been wearing them for about a year now, and they were straight out of box. They were right enough. I use, is it leader gris or whatever it's called, like a dubbing stuff on them to keep them waterproof. And yeah, because I went through all these different sorts of hiking boots because I wanted a lightweight pair, but I wanted them to be waterproof, and you can't really find that. I don't think. You know, I've gone through so many different ones, especially the material type of hiking boots. They're just a load of crap, I think. They always let water in after a couple of months, you know. So leather all the way for me.
If you're after budget, because I used to swear before they went cheap and shite, with the old Caramore KSBs used to be brilliant boots, and not now. I wouldn't recommend any Caramore boot for walking. I got the men dip and it tore my feet to shreds. They were leather and all meant to be waterproof. They just weren't.
Yeah.
Quechua, I bought a really ludicrously cheap pair of walking boots off of them that were waterproof for a good couple of months. Ultra lightweight, but the soles had no grip. Really comfortable. I'll still wear them now to walk the dogs and stuff like that. But I would say have a look at some Quechua stuff if you're on a budget. If not, Scarpa every step of the way.
Yeah, that's Decathlon, isn't it? Quechua stuff.
Yeah, they make some good kit, reasonably priced.
Yeah, I've got a couple of their down jackets, and it's, you know, you can't fault them.
I've had the same down jacket from them for about 7 years now.
Yeah.
And it's still doing the bizzo.
Have you got it on now? Did you cut arms off it?
No. This is, I'm getting in training for Ironman. This is my muscle down. Right, where are we? Step away on screens. So, how is that dogging hunting phone you got then? I'll tell you what, that is a great bit of kit. Say, for example, you're not seen it. I'll show you. You'll like this a lot. It's just a normal Android phone.
I think I had seen this, you know, on one of your videos.
It's, hang on, just make sure my missus is ain't showing. The night vision and the thermal imaging on it alone, if you was to get a thermal imaging camera, how much is that going to cost you?
They're about 600 quid, aren't they?
There you go. This is half that price. It's got all of the memory in the world. It's got the latest Android operating system. It's got a battery that lasts for 10 days. Yeah, I don't charge it for 3-4 days, and I use it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant, that.
It is and all. And this is the best thing about it, because you might think, oh, yeah, it's just a filter. How can I demonstrate it? Right. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to.
Looks even better, doesn't it, camera?
Right. See my chest there?
Yep.
through the camera. Right. I'll put my hand on there. Give it a couple of minutes, not minutes. Take my hand away. And the handprint's still there. It's
Yeah,
true thermal imaging.
I might have to get one
So,
of them for me. Ghost hunting videos.
oh, it's brilliant, mate. I've used it for work and all sorts. So, yeah, good bit of kit. Only about 350 quid.
That's not bad, that. Because I was looking at one of them phones a while ago. I think it was the Cat phones. You know, Caterpillar. They did one.
Yeah.
But they were like, I think they were like 600 quid when they first come out. And the camera itself, because the only reason why I buy a new phone is for the camera. Do you know what I mean? But if that's cheap enough like that, 350 quid, it's, like you say, it's cheaper than getting a normal thermal imaging thing, isn't it?
When you set up the camera and stuff, it takes brilliant pictures, really does. It's got like 20 megapixels, is it 20 or 50 megapixel camera? Don't really matter. When you get into those sort of millions, they're all going to be great pictures. It does take a bit of faffing. The only thing I will say is when you use I've always been a Samsung Galaxy bloke, and they're really intuitive to use. That works really well, but it's not as smooth as a Galaxy.
Yeah.
It doesn't get you angry, doesn't make you want to throw it. Even if it does, it's tough as shit. It'll just bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I will say.
I'd only be using it for that anyway, if I did get one.
Mate, it's the memory and battery on it. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
When I've done that bike tour again, the main issue I had was memory.
Yeah.
That comes, it's got 256 internal, and you can load it up with another whatever memory card you need. Sorry about the disco hands. I always do that. Don't know why.
We all talk with his hands, don't we? I've got disco lights in the back of mine.
Love both your channels, especially the doggos. Nobby the Missus is comedy gold. She is a bit funny, like.
Yeah, I think people should take the missus out camping more often. I mean, you take yours out, don't you, with you? That seems to get more views for you.
Yeah, views are views, mate. It depends. See, that is the thing that really does frustrate me. When she comes out, I've done, I think, 3 thumbnails in my life. A couple with a side boob out, just so I could call people perverts in my film. Which I've done every time I've done it. I don't know if anyone's caught that. Watch the movies, you'll clearly hear it.
They'll all be searching for it now, won't they? To see
side boob. So that gets 5 times my normal views, and a shitload of people subscribe. The content's the same.
Yeah.
Nothing's different about that content.
Yeah, well, that brings us on to like them bushcraft ladies. Have you seen their thumbnails? And they've all got arse out and stuff like that. And then you click on video. I'm guilty of this. Clicking on the video to see what it's all about, and you never see her ass. You never see her ass. You're better off just staring at the thumbnail for a bit. Now that's proper clickbait. Never mind my videos being clickbait.
Well, you see, I don't know why people get such the ump. There's all different sorts of things. It depends what your channel is and how you're portraying yourself. Now, the sort of channels I watch for people being genuine. I don't like people presenting a camp. Now, say, for example, Simon Bloke in the Woods. What he's presented is knowledge-based, therefore I can watch it.
Yeah.
He's a lovely bloke. He loves what he does. He makes a great video. Then you have people that do what I do, which is effectively kip under a leaf and cook my food on a Zippo. And you can clearly tell it's their 18th take, and it doesn't feel like someone's out enjoying their camp. I can't be doing with it.
Yeah.
You do a bit of research if you're going to a place that's haunted and all that sort of stuff. So you need to have that prepared.
It's not always haunted stuff where I go to.
No. But you've done the history stuff, you've done the crash sites and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I'm interested in that sort of stuff, you see.
Exactly, but you need
stuff like that.
You need to research it to be able to speak about it.
And that's the bit that I hate about the videos the most is where I'm having to read what I've wrote down, where I've researched a place, and I'm having to do I normally do like a voiceover or something because I'm crap at reading out loud as well. Never read kids' bedtime stories because I couldn't read out loud.
I've got a tip for you here, and you shouldn't really be taking tips from me, certainly when you're 5 times the size of me, but Just make it up, mate.
Make it up.
That's all I do on mine. Just make it up.
Yeah. I might try that and see if I get called out on it.
Yeah, King Arthur got castrated in this pump house. Oh, sorry, just lost everyone's comment. Right. I'll put that one up. It's a bit of a weird confession.
Don't worry about it. I ain't seen my PP for that long because of my gut. Don't worry about it. I can't even say his name, though. Clapton Massive.
Clacton. You was right about the reading out loud, weren't you?
Yeah.
Why do a lot of the outdoor channels end up doing spooky thing?
It's because it gets views. That's what it is.
Plain and simple. If it works, it works.
Simple as. See, I did one last year, and I think everyone's copied this thumbnail now. The WTF is that? You did one on your last one, didn't you? I'm guessing that's a piss take.
Have you spoken to Burton recently?
I speak to him every now and again, but it's probably been maybe a week or two since I spoke to him.
We were speaking about it, and I went, if you speak to him, tell him I'm nicking it.
people message me, and say, "Is it all right if I use your thumbnail for my video?" It's like, yeah, go for it, man.
Do you know what? I once had I saw some bloke. I can't remember his name now. It don't matter, but he's a bushcraft bastard. And someone had made like a tripod pod stand and hung their food over it. And this bushcraft bastard that had a channel commented that he'd stolen his idea.
Right.
Because he'd made a fucking bushcraft tripod. Yeah. It's obviously that bloke's idea, isn't it?
Well, he should have painted it, shouldn't he?
I think they might have been around a while, bushcraft tripods.
Well, that's what I mean. He should have painted it, shouldn't he?
We have a pantry in North. Oh, sorry, go on, mate.
Well, everyone on YouTube takes inspiration from everyone. You know what I mean? You'll watch a video and you'll see a little bit of it and you think, oh, that's good, that transition or this bit, that I like that. I might try and incorporate that into my video. That's what everyone does. Even Mr. Beast does it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, as you can see, I'm taking inspiration off you. I'm slowly losing more and more hair.
Me, don't you? Chris Moore, he comments on my channel all the time. All right, Chris, lad.
He's been with me a few months. See, this is the thing as well I love. I've got certain people like Steve-O, all them numbers behind, Robert Whitworth, Andrew Fox. I've got loads of people that when I see them, I feel like I know them. They've been around forever. Yeah. Which amazes me. Anyway, Chris Moore had a panther in North Carolina, and he has hiked all over the state for 40 years and never saw one.
Right.
There you go.
Well, England's a bit smaller than North Carolina, I think, as well, isn't it? I would have thought so.
You're not going to see them. It's just like the people that say they find dead ones. You won't find a dead one.
You're not going to see it until it's too late anyway. When it's like that back of your head.
You see, this is one question I always ask on my vids, and people have heard it time and time before. You woke up in a hammock, middle of the night. Would you rather be greeted by a naked man or a bobcat?
Bobcats are pretty small, aren't they?
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll fuck you up, but
he might have a big bobcat, though, mightn't he? You don't want to be getting beaten with that, do you?
Yeah, but you've got to look at the consequences if you lose. A bobcat ain't going to eat you. It ain't going to kill you. It's going to scratch the living crap out of you, but you're going to live. If he wins, you're getting your arse stretched. It's a naked
alive.
It's a naked man in the woods.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, weird. Yeah, the people in the woods, they're the most scariest thing, I think. Weirdos wandering about. I had the one that I got on camera was, let's call him a junkie. He were a junkie. He sneaked up behind me. I were in the middle of the woods, down in this little valley thing. You know, people have been there before and stuff, but I've been there for about 4 years doing camping and stuff, and kids had been in, but it was just getting dark, and all of a sudden I heard behind me, "You got a light, mate?" It's like, Jesus Christ, where did you come from? And it's just,
mate,
what's he doing walking around in dark? Do you know what I mean? In woods, with no torch and stuff like that.
yeah, but see, I had 2 extras from Taggart turn up in a boffy. It was pissing down with rain, dark. They didn't have a torch. I was halfway up a mountain with the missus, and yeah, they just appeared. One was knocking up a fatten. Fine, don't mind that, but you had your kid with you, and you was halfway up a mountain. I know what you mean. It is a bit odd.
Yeah.
Did you not want to give him a foot uppercut?
Not particularly. I'll talk to anyone, mate. So after the initial "what you doing's creeping up behind me" sort of thing, I had a bit of a laugh about it and a bit of a giggle with him about it, because straight away I can tell people that, you know, if they're a decent person or not, you know, just by talking to them for, you know, a couple of seconds, you know what they're up to. And he just seemed like an half decent bloke. So I sat him down, give him a steak, some mashed potato and that. And then I started cutting up some logs, and I turned around and he disappeared. He'd gone then.
Mate, no, see, you can't be buying a stranger dinner in the woods. not to be expecting anything.
Well, he just disappeared, and that was my cue. Then I sat and thought about it for a bit, and I thought he's either gone to get his mates, gone to score or whatever, and might be coming back when I'm asleep in tent and stuff, and I don't want that happening. So that's when I packed up and left anyway. But just one of those things.
You see, again, I'm when I'm out this way, I don't get spooked. No one's going to get close to me without me knowing it. I sleep like a cowboy anyway, with one eye open. Unless you've got a torch, you're not going to be silent coming through the woodland. I'm going to hear you.
Yeah.
If they get to us, I've probably got more kit than they have.
This guy was like a ninja, though. Proper ninja. Ninja baghead.
Oh, you might have stumbled over his camp.
It might have been his camp, you know, because there were old tents and stuff and that there. But he asked me if I had a quilt for him so he could lie in front of the fire for night. It's like, well, you're not getting me. You know
Definitely not. Come in here with me. You don't need a quilt. Come on.
Yeah, as long as you're a little spoon, mate, I'm not bothered.
How did I get water in my underquilt? Basically, what happened was I'd set my thing up as a diamond formation, but I'd left it at too steep an angle, and I'd got hepped up on goofballs with Martin, and I didn't lower it before I went to bed. Heavens opened. So when that filled up with water, the overspill on the diag runs straight down either the I don't know exactly because I was a kip until after it happened, straight down the mozzie net, down the side of the hammock and in my underquilt. But my underquilt was that full of water, I was laid up to my hips in. I honestly thought I'd swamp me bad self, but I hadn't.
a few too many beers that night.
Oh, look at that.
My mum's adorable. Does she still ride? Yeah, she does. She takes it to. They've got a motorhome, you see. And my dad's built a bike rack especially for the e-bike to go on back because it's an heavy old thing. And then
what one did you get?
Is it a Cyrusha Komodo or something like that? Which is fitting really for a pensioner, isn't it? A Komodo. Is that what they call them, commodes?
Yeah, that's a big old seat on it.
Yeah. So they go to like places like St Anne's and Fleetwood and stuff like that, and they go up and down on promenade. My dad's actually bought an e-bike himself, so they fly up and down on them.
Here you go. Look, right. Just go through some of these comments. Let's say the one you gave your steak to. There you go. They remember that.
Yeah, that were him.
Right. I'm just trying to scroll through. As I say, I am pretty blind.
Get your goggles on, lad.
No, won't do it. I'm not that old.
Right, let me go grab another swill then while you fly through them.
No worries. Not been woken up by a naked man yet. I don't. went with Mark though. Do you know what? There's so many times when I've been out with him where I've clocked her, and he's almost translucent when he's naked. It's absolutely horrible. It's like looking at one of them deep sea fish, a ginger tinted deep sea fish. It's terrible. Right. Robert Whitworth. When I'm planning my next combat charity trip, and would I need a chase van? Now, the thing is, Robert, is I'm going to put a shout out a lot nearer the time, but I've got a couple of options. Basically, I'm doing the Tiny Bike Tour 2. The bike is absolutely chuffing ridiculous. I don't think for a second it's going to make it without a lot of spanner work. But I really want to do John O'Groats Land's End. Unfortunately, I've been pricing everything up, and it costs a mint to get up there. So what I'm hoping to do nearer the time is put a shout out, see if anyone's got a van that is willing to drive from Portsmouth to John O'Groats. I'll pay the fuel and I'll pay him a couple of days' wages. It's still going to be less than I got quoted for a courier. So anyway, I'll bring that up a bit nearer the time. Thank you for the offer. What else we got here? Even the RAF regiment could sneak up on you and probably have. I have never been so insulted in my life.
What's he saying?
He's saying
that you or me?
That's aimed at me.
Or is it?
The RAF regiment are like the army version of the RAF. They're the soldiers, the infantry of the RAF.
Right.
And it's an ongoing thing that they're not, if that makes sense. They do a 5 mile and death, and it brings them to the level of SAS.
Yeah.
In the Royal Engineers, we was doing 10, 15 mile log runs 3-4 times a week. It's one of them. And look at that. See, this is what I love. I don't know if you heard me shouting at. Robert Whitworth has offered his van to ferry me up to John O'Groats for my combat stress thing. I'll let you know nearer the time, Robert. Obviously, I'm paying for fuel and chucking you some moolah. I wouldn't expect anything like that for now. But that would help us immensely. I can let the other bloke know that's doing it with me that part at least is sorted. We've then just got to worry about 1,000 miles on a 50-year-old bike with a fucking hairdryer for an engine and a bicycle seat. Oh my God. Right, let's get rid of that. Done. So what's new with you then, mate?
Not a lot, really. All I do, work, kids, camp. That's it. I'm trying to get away from the work side of it and go full time on YouTube because that's the dream, isn't it? Doing something that you love and getting.
You're certainly headed in the right direction, mate. So I've said to the missus over this YouTube thing about actually putting effort in and taking it serious. I'd lose my hobby. That's the only reason. I'd lose my hobby. If go on.
You do get that element of, is this a job now? Do you know what I mean? And it can, for a little while, it sort of sucked a bit of the enjoyment out of it. But I do enjoy the filming and the editing and stuff like that, and the creativity of making YouTube videos. I enjoy it. So
that's the difference. See, I don't. I don't. I can't think of anything worse than editing. Well, as if you ever watch a bleeding thing, I never think of camera angles. It's a tripod to fit there. I'll put it. I'm camping. I'm filming my camp.
Yeah. See, I enjoy all that stuff, mate.
Fair play to you. I wish I did. It'd save me at least a half hour of pain. That's all.
See, the only reason why I started doing YouTube is when Messner, Mini-Mez, when he made his video saying I quit my job. And I thought, mate, what? You can get paid and you can do this full time? Because I was already camping anyway, do you know what I mean? Wild camping. And I thought, I may as well just start filming it. But then I did a big deep dive into how YouTube works and how how the analytics and all that sort of stuff. What works here, what works there. How should I do my intros and blah blah and all this sort of stuff. And
it's worked, mate. Whatever you read worked.
Yeah. Well, it's just basically. I mean, you watch all these channels that say, all them like YouTube gurus that are on YouTube, vidIQ and Think Media and stuff like that. They say do this and do that, but they're all aimed at really small channels. Do you know what I mean? Because that's where their bread and butter is. So you've got to do all these little experiments yourself and see what works for your channel, because every channel's different. Most of their stuff, what they tell you, is like these talking head channels, which is what we're doing now. This could be like a talking head type video. Do you know what I mean? Because we just sat here, just talking. But for outdoor stuff, it's completely different, and you've got to experiment and see what works and find your own audience.
As well, as I was saying to you yesterday, say for example, there's been many times on camp where I've set my face on fire. I've done all sorts of stuff, and the camera ain't been rolling. The enticing thumbnail I get, I never, ever take a thumbnail. And knowing what to put in my descriptions, how do I put it? I think because most of my camps are pretty mundane, a little bit of banter, there's nothing to report that is worthy of being in the description. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't put much in my descriptions. It's all, and all my thumbnails are a screen grab of, part of the video. But you've got to make it about something that's maybe either happened in your video or something that you've talked about in your video that might be interesting, that might intrigue people, that sort of thing.
Like, did I put my knob away a second too early after a piss?
Wife won't touch me knob anymore. Here's why. But you've just got to make something, intriguing. That's why people call it clickbait. But if you watch my videos, if you see the titles and thumbnails, whatever I've said in the title and thumbnail actually happens in the video. So it's not actually clickbait.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I don't get people copping the ump. And going back to the three different types of YouTuber, you've got to entice people to watch your videos. So you're going to make a title and thing to get people to watch your videos. But as long as your content's honest. Because let's face it, I'm not mentioning any names. I've seen a buzzard. I've never seen a buzzard while I'm looking at the camera and have that buzzard attack me not quite in shot. You know what I mean?
Hear the buzzard though, I don't think, would you?
No, they're pretty silent. So to make a video with the intent of having something go wrong, I can't wrap my head around that. I really can't.
It's just the game, isn't it? It's the game. We're all playing a YouTube game. I mean,
no, we're not. We're not.
Well, I was just going to say, there's people like yourself that don't play the game. You just go out and film your camp. Like Burton, like we were on about Burton earlier. He just goes out and just films his camp.
He's a dude.
Yeah, he just goes out with his mates and films his camp. He's not bothered about the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. Then there's people like me that are bothered about the YouTube because I want to do this full time. Do you know what
You've got a goal. And don't get me wrong, I suppose if I had huge numbers and was actually earning, I earn diddly squat from YouTube. A little bit, keeps me in what I need, maybe an air mat from time to time or whatever. Free e-bikes, they help.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably be different if it was, but it ain't going to be, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Well, if you put more effort in, like you were saying earlier, you might get some. The thing is though, once you start getting views, that gets quite addictive as well.
I don't know, mate.
It does.
No, and I can genuinely see why. I really can. But if I don't want to go out, I ain't going out.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate these fucking review things. I've got so many things I've got to put on my review channel. That's why I use them in my vid to see if they're all right. I just, doing a review, you've got to go out and make a review. I hate it.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I don't really do reviews anymore. That drone was something that I thought, one, I thought it might get views for that drone review. And two, I just thought it were a decent product. Do you know what I mean? I don't usually do. If you look at my channel now, there's hardly any reviews on there. You know, it's just all wild camping and, adventures type thing. But I did think that were an half decent product for the price that it was at when I bought it at 275 quid.
See, I always try to only pick stuff that I think people will be interested in, or if I think it could be good value. Some of the shite I've been offered, I turned down 90% of it. And today, like sponsorships, I've turned down, let's have a look. HelloFresh, Ridge Wallet, This Is Food, and today, Temu asked to sponsor a vid. I think Huel. There's more I can't think of. But they want to bleed and approve my videos. Yeah. Anyone that wants to sponsor me and wants to approve my videos, you obviously ain't watched my videos.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, I turned down... I've only done my first sponsor, last week's video, and that was these that sent me these beers.
All right, yeah.
Beer 52, and I thought the only reason why I did it is because my viewers could get 8 cans of beer, a couple of snacks, and a magazine for £5.95 or whatever it was for delivery, and then you just cancel after that, and you've got some beers for £6, 8 beers for £6.
I have no objection to sponsors. I really don't. But people don't realise that you should be compensated for your time. Be you a small channel like me, a bigger channel like you, someone like Meds that's got all the kit in the world and is spending hours and hours and hours. You've got to be compensated for your time. It's only fair. I have no problem with sponsors. At this moment in time, I can't offer them a fair deal. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you could still take money for it, though, couldn't you? Give it to charity or whatever.
No, they get my blood, sweat, and tears. I do my bit for charity, mate. I do my bit for charity once a year.
I know you do.
That tiny bike tour cost me thousands to raise a few thousand. I would have been better off donating my own money than to do the fucking bike trip.
Yeah, well, do some sponsors and get your money back.
Yeah.
I mean, sponsors, they're only adverts, aren't they? That's all it is.
But they've got to be adverts in something I believe in.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, as long as you tell people it's an advert and it's a sponsor, I don't think there's an issue with it. But the things that I have a bit of an issue with is sometimes people, they have gear sent to them and it's something that they'll never use, Like I've seen you with your hammock stand and you've used that loads, haven't you? In your thing. But if somebody else got it and you'd never see it again on their channel, that they've just got it and then they'll have sold it on eBay or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, mate, I'm with my Blue Yetis. I'm charging all of this now from a Blue Yeti. I've got my Mifa audio light in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in trying to promote and try to sell my viewers something that I'm not going to use myself. Do you know what I mean? If I'm going to use it myself, then fair enough. But I get offered all sorts of crap. As soon as you get to that 50,000 subscriber mark, emails just piling, absolute piling, and it's just ignore, block.
So that's the thing. It's happened to you relatively quickly, but even at the 10,000 mark, I get 3 or 4 a day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, this one I'm gonna preface this one. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube and all that. She meant Gazzies. All right. I ain't talking politics. She meant Gazzies. I've just joined what is Gazzies' channel called. P.S. Angela Rippon is in the dance off.
It's Grizzle McShizzle. Grizzly
Grizzly
Gaz, I'm
Gaz.
sure you'll have it in description anyway, won't you?
I will do when this is finished, no doubt, because I set up in a camper van.
Well, do you know, Lee, if you set this up, once this is finished, if you set this up with a decent thumbnail and a decent title, YouTube will push this out like a normal video.
They won't.
They will.
I'll be honest with you now, every single live stream I've ever done.
If people want to watch it, that is.
Every live stream I do is a loss leader for me every time. Is what it is, isn't it? Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Grizzly guys. Right, where I'm wondering if the thumbs up is broken. 38 and 64 in the chat. So I'm just scrolling down these, mate.
Who's Angela Rippon anyway?
She used to do Strictly Come Dancing, was a newsreader, and I'm pretty sure she's dead.
I don't watch TV at all now.
Oh, well, you'd have had to watch TV 30 years ago when she was on it.
All right, okay.
That's showing me age, isn't it?
Yeah. Just a little, lad, just a little.
What's happened to Ginger Bruce? He had complications on his last prostate exam. The doctor got arthritis halfway through, and he's been stuck there for 3 months. Don't know. I haven't actually spoken to him in a while. I should really send him a message. I think that's for you, mate.
Gum. I've had actually one gum clinic. Asked me if they could sponsor one of my videos. I can't remember who it was now. It were a couple of months back. But yeah, they wanted to STD clinic and stuff. They wanted to sponsor one of my videos. It's like, well, how much do you want to pay me? to say, listen, if you get STIs while you're out on your camp, then go to this clinic.
No. It's because you look like an irritating.
Just need to draw a lit off my head, don't I?
Sorry, I'm late joining. Just going down. Oh, there you go. No need to panic. Angela Rippon is still alive.
I'm still alive, just for reference. Thanks for that, Robert. I don't even know who she is, but there we go.
Used to have the best legs in the business.
Oh, really?
She was a ballroom dancer turned, what do you call it? Newsreader.
Right, okay.
Like John, just all right for some minute, coming back from the pub. And so here we have. Go on, sorry, mate.
As I said, if you've got any questions, put them in comments. Write question first, and then write your question after.
Definitely.
League.
The best videos are definitely with Brand Bled, Comedy Gold. She is one comical cow, my missus, mate. Yeah, the trouble I have with her is I've got to chuck so much out because she's got a habit of getting her arse or bangers out behind me when I'm filming. And my editing ain't that good.
I wonder what her and Joey D would be like on a camp.
Velcro.
They both got similar hairdos, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I've had that as a couple of comments. So Hayes calls him Brambled, which I have absolutely zero doubt, and I know for a fact I've heard him call it. But you've got to bear in mind my other kid's called Sheephead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so
people like to make connections where connections aren't.
But that's mate, I'm not even going to say that. I can't remember the first time I called her Brambled. I'm pretty sure it was long before YouTube. But I might have heard it, might have called her it. It ain't intentional.
Well, it's just all banter, isn't it? Banter just comes out.
Bits, doesn't it?
And like, as we were saying before, you take little bits from YouTube.
Here we go. Right, that's a good question. How do you keep your bag from getting damp with condensation? Very simple. I try not to sleep in fucking tents.
Mm. I mean, I don't get condensation in tents really. So, what tent? Just don't use a single wall tent.
Yeah. I've got a cheap and nasty thing I bought from AliExpress years ago, which was a Tyvek bivy bag. Packs really light. Does the job enough. When I'm in my tarp camping and stuff, I normally use me British Army Gore-Tex bivy bag. Does the job beautifully. In my hammock, I don't bother.
Yeah.
Neighbours driving off, you might see lights behind me.
Yeah, you don't really need it in hammock, do you? Unless it's misty and that at night, but I've never really had a problem with condensation.
I don't. Bivy bags, as in hoop bivvies, is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I've never used one before, but I've heard that you need to use a less. You know, if you're camping in winter, for example, in a bivy bag, you need to use a 3-season sleeping bag rather than a winter bag. Is that
possibly? I'm the wrong person to ask. I go most of my way through the winter with my 10-degree summer sleeping bag because I'm one fat sweaty bastard.
You're a hot sleeper, aren't you? You can go hammock camping without an underquilt and that, can't you?
No. Can I? Not without an underquilt, couldn't. But say, for example, last Christmas when I climbed up, I can't remember the name of the mountain, but I was in a jumper and a t-shirt. I don't get cold. It's good and bad, but I don't get cold.
I suppose it's crap in summer then, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. I get bitten and I sweat. Currently using the one Tigris backwards bungalow. Condensation gets bad. Yes, but you can leave the front open and have plenty of air in it.
It's not a single wall tent, isn't it?
It is, but you've got that massive, great big mesh at the front and the stuff at the back. So if that's open, you should be golden.
Yeah, the only time I've ever used it is when I've had front open like that, and I haven't had an issue then.
I haven't tried the one Tigris one. I had the White Hills one, which I give to Johnny.
Same design,
seemed to do the job. I quite like them. I don't know how much they are now, whether they're good value or not.
I don't think I'd be using it in winter anyway, to be fair. It's more of a summer woodland type camp tent, isn't it? Would you say?
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's one thing I miss here is I haven't got many open camps I can do.
Right. Just don't care about it. Just do what I do. I don't care where I pitch my tent. I don't care if I get seen or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me.
I didn't mean to click on this one, but I'll read it. Question for Cock Brown Job. How are things with you and that Wiltshire man? You might need to elaborate on that. All good, I think, mate.
Why is this some beef going on? Internet beef?
Not that I've heard of. Last time I saw Sandy, he drove all the way up to Scotland to meet me. Unless he said something. If so, he don't stand a chance. He's an old man. I'd fucking kill him. All right, Sandy? No, there's no beef here between me and Sandy, mate. Unless you've heard otherwise, let us know.
Maybe Sandy's been bad-mouthing you behind your back.
I can live with it.
Amel, like I said,
concentric. Amel concentric. I'll read that. Question is there anywhere that you want to go wild camping that you haven't been yet? Steps of Mongolia for me. Go.
No, not particularly. I'll camp wherever I want. It doesn't really matter to me. As long
you ain't got a place. Go on.
As long as I'm respectful, I just don't really have a dream of going camping up so and so mountain or whatever. I'll just go wherever I want anyway. So it don't really.
Do you never have the urge for a proper adventure? Like I don't know. I'm not going to say the PCT because that's too far, or the AT or anything like that. But no, coast to coast.
I'm not a long distance man, but I think that's because of this, and I know for a fact I won't be able to do it at this stage. But once I get slimmer, then maybe there'd be some multi-day type things coming up.
Do you know what, mate? When I'd done that, look, that Coast to Coast was my first charity event. It was just before I hit 1,000 subscribers. I thought, right, okay, I can monetize, I can do a bit for charity. Pick that. And the reason I'd done that is for that reason alone. At the time, through whatever medical issues I had, I couldn't shed timber. I was constantly tired. I couldn't shed timber. And I thought, fuck it. Tell everyone you're doing it. You can't back out. You're going to lose timber.
Well,
it's as simple as that.
I've been to the gym for the first time in 20 years today, so that's a start.
Put something in the book, mate. Walking around the Isle of Wight, doing whatever, 100-mile walk South Downs Way. Put it in the book. Let everyone know you're doing it so you can't back out because it's on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the fucker done.
Maybe that's the way forward.
Or chuck a couple of rums in your bag and go up the local woods.
It's more enjoyable that though, isn't it? Couple of rums in bag and in local woods.
I don't know. I normally keep myself entertained on my long distance ones. I know you said they're for smaller channels, but do you use either vidIQ or TubeBuddy? If you do, which is better?
I just use both the free versions of them. I've never paid for them. I think the only thing that I use them for is for a bit of SEO, but that's about it. Tags, video tags, that sort of thing.
I don't even bother tagging my videos anymore.
No, but yeah, just I've never paid for either. I did think about paying for the TubeBuddy one that has A/B thumbnail testing, but YouTube's bringing that out next year, where it'll let you test your thumbnails and titles and tell you which one's performing better. So that'll be coming out next year.
No, fair one.
But yeah, I won't pay for any. They're not gonna get your subscribers. What you need to do is figure out who your audience is and what they like, and your analytics will tell you that. Your retention graphs, that'll tell you what to cut out, what to keep in, what to double down on, that sort of thing. So it's all about if you remove algorithm and change that for audience, because that's what YouTube does. It finds an audience for your videos. It don't do it the other way around, if you know what I mean. It serves the audience. So the algorithm is the audience, basically. So you've got to find your audience and find out what your audience likes and then crack on with that. Luckily,
and I use neither.
Luckily, I like what my audience likes, but there's just certain things, like if you go back to my older videos, there's lots of just like dead space and stuff between my videos. You just cut them bits out, so it's not as long video sort of thing, and that sort of
the ums and the ahs and the all rights.
Yeah. Well, you've got to train yourself not to say and ah, because there were a lot of that in my videos, and I was spending like 3 days editing just the ums and the ahs out of my videos.
The only things I can't cut out of mine ever is flipping off animals, because it just makes me chuckle when I do it. And I know a lot of people hate watching and listening to people eat, so I'll always get a good couple of chews in.
Get a good.
If you don't get cold, you should try camping up here in northern Minnesota in the winter months, minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. I've seen it as cold as minus 20. You're right, that would be bloody cold. I think what it is, when I was in the army, one of my first exercises, it was only like minus 5, but my sleeping bag got wet. I was sleeping in a wet sleeping bag, absolutely freezing cold to the point I had to pull myself up a tree because I couldn't feel my legs. I was in a really bad way. Every time my hands cracked, it bled. It was pissing horrible, but nothing has been that cold since. And therefore, if it ain't that cold, I don't feel cold.
Maybe your body did something that day and said, right, we're never being cold again.
Well, quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Stranger things have happened.
I camped out in the Beast from the East. Again, I had a t-shirt jumper. I did have an Arctic bag. Weren't zipped up, but I had it, and I slept outside in a lavu. No problem.
Mm.
It's weird.
You can't
It
go.
is weird.
You can't go wrong with military stuff, though, can you? It's just big and bulky and heavy, isn't it? That's the only thing with it.
Exactly. But then if you go down the lightweight route, I sort of thought about it for the coast to coast, and I didn't do it. I had a 25-kilogram rucksack at the start. I was a fucking idiot. But I could have gone so much lighter, even though I thought I went light. Stuff like carrying all 10 days worth of food was a stupid idea. But
I think
Lundy's in.
Hey up, Lundy. But I think, yeah, it's a bit of an initiation process when you start wild camping, that you start off with a massive backpack, 70 litres, full to the brim with everything, you know, like you say, 25, 30 kilos in a backpack. And then you whittle your way down then as you go.
It is as simple as carry what you're going to use. I'm as guilty as the next person. I always have at least one extra battery pack that I don't need. Always.
Yeah.
Always have 2 items of clothing that I never wear.
I can get my base weight down to under 5 kilos, but I never do. I like my comforts too much.
Rum and Coke.
Yeah. And they say, what is it that you can carry? Is it 30% of your body weight or whatever? And my body weight is quite big, so I can carry it. So why not? Yeah. Going all right, lad. Going all right.
Right. I don't know how much of a kit nerd you are. I'm not overly a kit nerd. I like what I like. So, Eureka Tent Company just made a post saying it's closing down. Not sure the company is big in the UK, but at one time it was the #1 tent company in the US.
No, it's
a shame.
It's a US brand. We don't have it over here, Eureka.
I would love more and more people to do cottage industry type tents and tarps and stuff over here. When 10th Wonder didn't start restocking it, so I know it's still made abroad, but what have we got over here?
We've got Terra Nova, Van Gogh. And that about it, I think.
Yeah.
I can't think of any others off the top of my head. But they're not exactly cottage companies either, are they? You know, they're fairly big companies, OEX as well.
I like the way you've managed to drop the C-bomb in there and completely brushed over it. They're cottage cunts. I've started analysing some video structure, pace filming style, not to rip them off, but try to incorporate elements, cutting spaces, ahs, and that is crucial. You're right, dug out, and don't worry about it. Ain't so much ripping people off. You're in a genre. There's only so much you can do in a genre.
Well, if you look at movies, every movie, it has the beginning, which is a hook, the middle, which is the journey, and then the end, which is the climax or resolution. And that's exactly what YouTube videos are as well. You've got your hook, your middle bit, which is your journey, and then if you've got some conflict to throw in your journey, that's even better. And then your end bit, which is your climax, which isn't you just laying on your back going like that.
You're doing it wrong. I thought you'd be huddled up with Bigfoot.
I get him to nosh me off.
Oh, mate. Can you imagine the step? No, I ain't even going to say it. That's why I joined the RAF. It don't get cold in the Hilton. I'm trying my damnedest to get my eldest to join the RAF. He ain't quite got the mettle to do what I done, and it would teach him a great way. Yeah, to be around effeminate people, Rob at Whitworth. Where are we? Join the army, be a man. Join the navy, feel a man. Johnny Outdoors UK, just about to start the journey on YouTube. Only bit of advice I'd give you, and this is from a long-serving YouTubian that hasn't gone nowhere, is just enjoy yourself, mate.
Good luck to you, pal. Good luck to you. If you really want to do it, then you need to study it hard and find out what works and what don't. Crack on with it.
Right, Rob. if I I've only put a couple of like side boob shots of me missus up, and yes, the views definitely increase with the side boob. She gets her ass out in the videos, but people have got to watch the videos to see that. So no, yes and no. If she's on the thumbnail with a hint of cleavage, yes, I'm going to get lots more views. But I'm not pimping my wife out. The only reason I do it is to call people perverts, as I said earlier.
If you used her in every video like that, you'd be bigger than Paul Messner by now.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I've got no objection to people looking at me missus. I don't give a monkeys. You know, I'm
As long as she's
never
only
going to.
looking at you, it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, she's never going to be on there with tassels going two bleeding ways or a gratuitous beaver shot.
That's my next video, actually.
So yes, the thumbnails with a bit of arse. That's why on the last one I said, you know, obligatory butt shot. I made sure mine was in it and all. And I don't care what you fuckers say. I've got a great ass, surprisingly hairless. Right, what's this? You got to forgive me. I can't see the comments little until I put them up. So if a comment comes up that shouldn't be up there, I'll apologise now. Gaz, we watched the one crack sparrow pitched up on your camp. My sheepdog, who nearly dead, threw himself at the telly barking.
Is that the one that we were on about earlier when he sort of creeped up and said, "You got a light, mate," from behind me? Yeah.
Did you have a crackhead pitch up?
He didn't pitch up. I've had no one pitch up next to me, but
Right.
he did come up behind me and say, "Have you got a light, mate?" It scared me shitless. But I've had no one pitch up there.
Right, Steve. I don't hate cows, but as I said in previous vids, if they kill you, it's because they want to kill you. They're not going to eat you. I'm just wary of them. And GoPros, yes, they do my nutting. What about you, Gaz? What do you hate, cows or GoPros?
I don't hate either, really. I love my GoPro. And cows are just big dogs. If you know how to treat a dog, then you know how to treat cows. Have you not seen my killer cow video?
Yeah. It was a couple of weeks after my one where they fucking stomped through my camp and all. Bastards. They were bullocks. I weren't having none of it.
Yeah, there were bullocks on mine. Should give him a left hook.
As I said in that vid, I'd happily punch. Oh, not happily, that's the wrong word. I'd punch a cow. I don't want to, but I would.
If need be.
Yeah, they're still going to fuck you up if they get hold of you.
And that's why I left. After they buggered off.
I stayed.
Yeah,
purely because I know that I can outrun mine.
At least you can trip him up, can't you, before he set off?
He has the cheek, mate. We even had a foot race where I beat him. And he still maintains that if it comes down to it, he'd beat me in a foot race. Even though I beat him.
That's why. He's thinking of tripping you up.
He wouldn't get close, mate. He wouldn't get close. I'd suplex him.
Not on that little freewheeler that you've got.
Right. What's that? Sorry. Wild Camp Cook, Nui, NE. Oi, oi, lads. Gaz, are your scary camps real or what? Asking for a friend. Lol. Good stuff, though.
That's up to you to decide, isn't it, mate? Aye?
That's it, yeah. Oh, what's this? Any advice off a wedge would be great, Gaz. Awesome. Nobby, cheers, bruv. Been difficult leaving the forces. Helped us loads, Lee. Mate, do what you know, and being out in the woods is one of them is your ex-forces.
It's always good for your noggin anyway, isn't it, being outside?
It's a reset, mate. Hearing the birds wake you up in the morning and sitting around, it's a reset.
I don't even get much sleep when I'm out camping, but just being outside resets me for some reason. I feel refreshed and that, but it just, it's weird.
Can you see the chat up the side at all, Gaz?
I can if I go onto a different page.
in the studio, or is it just me?
I can now. Not in the studio, I can't. But I've gone onto our live stream on YouTube and I can see it.
Whatever you do, don't listen to it because it'll be lagged, very lagged.
Yeah, well, I've turned it on. It's on mute. I can see Lundy's Bushcraft saying, "Gaz, you are the top clickbait YouTuber. What do you use to edit your thumbnails?" I just use my phone, mate. Use my phone. I take a screenshot. Well, it's like a screen grab of, something in the video, and then I just add text to it, and that's it, basically.
Dug out. I go to the woods to escape her indoors, and she can't get me out of the door fast enough. Her boyfriend is cool with this arrangement. That last bit got me. I didn't read it beforehand. It's off, Doug. So that's the thing. I'd love to take my missus into the woods doing a proper camp. She loves a camper van, and that's the whole reason why I bought it. So I can actually go and have a couple of nights with her. I'd love to get her in a hammock, sex swing hammock.
Nice.
Let's have a look what we got.
Right, I need a Waz. I'm gonna have to go for a Waz.
You enjoy that?
I'll try.
Just having a little look down here. All you have to do is throw Martin's guitar. Yeah, I think I'd actually see him get very angry if I'd done that. Some of his guitars are not cheap. What's this one say? Rock up half cut for the real combat stress. I'm guessing that's about the Iron Man. I really don't know if I can do it, people. As I say, I'm knocking on the back door of 50, front door of 50. I don't do training. I hate it. But what would it potentially raise for combat stress? Any more than a normal challenge that I do? Who knows? See, Steve was amazed I got Bramblehead in the bivvy. That was her idea. And I couldn't believe it myself when she said, I'll come out. Awesome. It was local. It wasn't, a wild camp. We knew the field where we were staying. Lovely job. All right, I'll crack this one up for when Gaz returns.
Oh, I'm out of booze now. Grizzly, got to ask you, your unwanted visitor vid was the only time you had someone touch your tent and push on it. Yeah, that's the only. Can you not tell by my reaction that I shat my pants when that happened?
I wouldn't be too happy, got to say.
No, but the thing is with that, people were saying in the comments and stuff, how come you only just grabbed your camera? So that the only thing that had the light on that were in front of me. So I just grabbed that had the light on it. And that's when I ran out. Do you know what I mean? Because that was the only thing that had the light. I wasn't searching around in tent when someone's touching my shoulder inside a tent. Well, I'd say someone. I'm not going to say summit. I'd say someone. Because I don't believe in that sort of ghostly, ghouly type thing.
You see,
just going back on that as well, because I saw someone comment saying, all these videos are fake, and they said Kent Survival don't do these sort of things, and they get good sort of views. And who else did they say? Steve Wallace don't do these sort of scary video type things. And I said, yeah, but they've got their own thing as well. Like Kent Survival camps out in cardboard boxes and fucking weird tents and stuff like that.
Mm.
That's his top type of thing.
They got their hook.
Steve Wallace, if anyone watches Steve Wallace, then he stealth camps anywhere and he builds weird shelters and stuff like that. And that's what. So he's got his little niche. He's got his little niche. I've got my little niche, sort of thing. So
See, again, the thumbnail and that and the description to get people there. If it happened, it happened. If person we was talking about earlier, if it didn't happen, then don't put it in.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between, even if you're exaggerating the thumbnail, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying if the thumbnail is exaggerated to get people to watch the thing that happened, what harm does it do? You're playing the game, it's YouTube.
I think the people that do YouTube professionally, they all exaggerate the thumbnail and title. It depends, doesn't matter what sort of niche it is, it doesn't matter, it don't have to be wild camping, it can be alt. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Beast, he exaggerates his thumbnails and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
All that sort of stuff, yeah.
But you've got to get people to watch your video. And if they watch the video and they enjoy it, then it doesn't matter, does it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as they enjoy the video.
Look, again, if you don't enjoy what I put out or something I said, don't watch.
Yeah, just don't watch.
You ain't paying me mortgage.
No. Some grizzly Sasquatch. The amount of comments I get on, when you go past them like little bivvies, what kids had put up, sticks up against trees and stuff like that. I call them bivvies because that's what we used to call them in Scouts.
Yeah, that's same here.
People always say that they're Sasquatch nests and stuff like that. It's weird.
Rob M, a little tip for you, mate, and something I've started doing on a lot of stuff like tarps and stuff like that. You know the bags, you get the cheap and nasty inflatable mats with the inflatable mat bag. If you have one of them and you've got a wet tent, this, that, the other, wet tarp, you can shove it in one of them empty and then scrunch the crap out of it, get all the air out of it, and make it as small as the original bag. And it keeps all your stuff dry. So just bag one of them. I use it for clothes, I use it for tarps when it's pissing down. Just have a couple of them in the bag, they weigh nothing. Check me out, Kit Nerd.
Tent bags that I use are the 3FUL ones. They come, it's like a roll bag. But it's like the Van Gogh bags where you open it up from top and you just stuff it all in. And
yeah.
It's like that, but it's a lot thinner. It's like 20D nylon or whatever it is.
The one I use is the same as them, but at the bottom it's got a valve that you can put onto your sleep pad and pump it up. Yeah, so leave that open, you can roll it up and all the air comes out anyway.
I use that for my sleeping bags and my clothes and stuff. That's what I put them in.
Yeah.
In my pack.
Why don't more people just sell them without the shit sleeping pads that last a trip and a half?
What we're doing, looking at the comments again.
I'm trying to read them before I put them up in case I put something up I shouldn't do. Because I'm not sensitive in that, but Amal, if you're still about, mate, that was, clickbait is just advertising. Watch each channel for each personality. If you're all the same, it will be boring. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Dugouts put one up further up. Okay, guys, do you have any older vids that make you cringe? I do, and it has over 100k views, but I can't bear to make it public. Well, you must have made it public for it to get 100k views.
Yeah.
Share video down in comments so we can all have a look at it and cringe over it.
Sure, it's cringeworthy before you post it. I've got a video of me. Go on.
I watch all my videos back and think they're cringy as hell. And
I've got one of me.
I always cut all stuff out in my next one.
I've got one of me playing the ukulele on the bog. No. It's what it is.
At least you want eating tin mushrooms in as the toilet. Cold.
Was that you, was it?
No, not me. No,
Who was
someone
that?
else. Blot Outdoors.
Uh,
I like his videos because he's a bit of a character, but he went into Asda toilets and decided he was going to make some beans, I think it was, and mushrooms in an Asda toilets. Forgot his stove, but still ate them anyway.
yeah, each to their own, mate. See, this is going to make me sound like I'm hating on people, and I genuinely ain't. I don't watch enough YouTube, so I'm sorry I've not seen Blot Outdoors. No slate on him. I didn't get the reference.
Oh well, he goes out with his mate, little Mick, and he gets blottoed when he goes out camping. Funny.
Sounds like a good channel.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? People questioning Rooney and Lundy's romance. They're right to question it. Already put that one up. It's still on.
Someone said that he watched himself 100,000
times. Yeah.
Yeah, Mandingo is funny. That's what he's on about. Blot Outdoors, Mandingo.
All right. So that's one of the things I watch a lot of YouTube, and I've said it before, I think. So apologies, people, if I'm repeating myself. But do you ever watch these auditors?
I can't stand them.
I can't, but they're right in what they say. I know some of them, they're just to antagonise. Some are okay, but they are right in what they say. I'm sort of addicted to them. I wouldn't ever want to meet one, and I would be the bloke telling them to fuck off. Yeah. I really would. But they're right in what they say.
They are, but like you say, the ones that intentionally go out and just to because the things that I don't see, that I don't like about it, the ones that go and sit outside a police station and just film a police station, waiting for the police to come out.
But why would the police come out?
Yeah, but if
that's the thing.
The thing is with that, they're just going to introduce new laws where you can't film in public, which is what happens.
But that's why you've got to fight for your right to keep yourself being able to do it.
To film in public. But that's what they'll do. If you keep antagonising them, fair enough. If they're doing something wrong, then fair enough, film him, and do it. But
that's the whole point. They're highlighting rights that you've got, and they shouldn't infringe on them rights. And if they try to put laws in to infringe on them rights, then more people should have the and say, right, wind your necks in.
I understand it, but I just know for a fact that they'll bring out new laws soon saying that you can't do this. And then
see, I'm all for personal responsibility and liberty and all that. I genuinely am. You should be able to do what you want to do. I will never, to the day I die, understand. And this ain't going to be political in the normal sense, but how the hell some suits can tell me that I can't eat something that's grown out the ground or use a plant in a certain way. I don't get that. Who are you to tell me that?
Yeah, I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
If I want to smother myself in chocolate and throw myself to the lesbians, I'm going to bleed and do it.
If I want to pick magic mushrooms and eat them, I'm going to do it.
Exactly. It's I'm all for liberty.
Yeah.
Rant over. Apparently I need to watch Blot Outdoors.
I reckon you'll enjoy it.
I probably will, mate. I don't watch a lot of wild camping vids. I'll get my wild camping fix by wild camping.
There's a couple of channels that I watch. I watch Daily Outdoors, Messner, Hayes every now and again, Blot Outdoors, but that's about it. Oh, new, obviously.
You saved yourself there, Gaz. You saved yourself. You see, I'm all about the Burton Outdoors. I have a look at Born Outside and that. I still do watch Hayes from time to time. I used to watch him religiously. He was hilarious. I don't know why I haven't, to be honest with you. Paul Mez, I'll chuck him a view of 4. Sandy Reelabrand, The people I know, the people that I can trust their content. Does that make sense? Or does that?
Yeah. Yeah.
There are certain people I cannot watch. You never hear me mention them because I'm not about YouTube beef. And there is one person out there. And if you are watching this discreetly, I know you know who you are. Yeah. But I won't. He would like nothing more than me to mention his name and his channel. And he's probably sitting there going, "Go on, just say it, just say it, just say it."
Just say it.
Nah, you're all right, mate.
Don't give up satisfaction.
Where am I looking? Yep, I'm not. If the what does that say? If the suit can't make money, they won't allow it, Nobby. You're right, mate. You're right. I'm not getting political on this bleeding show because I guarantee me and Si, and he'll attest to this. Put a little one in the thing if you will agree with me. We do not agree on most stuff politically because we've met and we've chatted, but we're able to talk about it.
Born Outside says, I'm creating a new audit channel and sit outside, step away from the screens out and audit Bramblehead and get some skin shots. Snaff.
The only trouble is you'll be breaking the law, you muppet. That is voyeurism. That's not auditing, that's just being a gimp. Sorry to all you gimps out there.
Someone's put Adventure is Made is good. TA Bushcraft is good. Or EA Bushcraft.
I'm trying to find them, mate.
I don't watch bushcrafty type things. I first got into bushcraft when I were, before wild camping. Because I'm a fisherman and a hunter before I got into the wild camping side of things, and then I did a charity walk about 4 years ago, which was a hike and camp. 3 days? No, 4 days, 3 nights, 50-mile trek around Calderdale. And that's what got me into the wild camping type stuff, the hiking and that.
I have to agree with both of those suggestions. Our Adventure Made is good. Nice bloke. Got cancer his dog Poppy. There's no pretentiousness or anything like that. He goes out and camps. EA Bushcraft, he's got 6 fingers, but top bloke. Craig is a top bloke. That's East Anglian.
Right. Someone saying Black Crag. Black Crag's good. Don't mind Black Crag. Outdoor Boys, they're in Alaska, aren't they? He takes his kids out with him and, catches all their own stuff and that sort of thing.
Zero idea. The only part of them auditing videos that is interesting is the part where they start rowing with someone. They are just there to get a reaction, but that's why people watch them. You're right, they are there to get a reaction. My point is they shouldn't be getting the reaction. If people just went, oh, all right, crack on and left them, they wouldn't be able to make the videos.
See, a lot of them do now, though, don't they? A lot of the police do say, "Oh yeah, fair enough. We can't stop you from filming. You just crack on." But if they did that, then they haven't got a video.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing.
Older little Timmy saying, "Thank you for watching." You spelt enduring wrong. How's Johnny knows best? He ain't been around for ages, but I keep trying to get him out. He's all loved up with his new lass, working double hard, playing football and coaching football and all that sort of stuff. And he don't like it when it's cold, wet and horrible, because he's 3/4 female. That's not fair. Females go out camping far more than Johnny.
Yeah, look at Wild Bear. She's out every week, isn't she?
You see, that's another thing, right? Claire, how many people have you heard saying, oh, if she weren't a woman, she would have all them... She goes out, does far more than most wild campers, makes a nice video, good cinematography, good... What is there to hate?
She's a good editor. She makes a 3-day video in 7.5 minutes.
Ow. Yeah. But What is there to hate with her? I don't get why people would say the shit they say. She makes a good video and she's out there doing it a damn sight more than 90% of people.
And that's why she gets the views. She puts effort into her, the editing side. That's what it is.
Don't get me wrong. I do not think for a second that her being an... How do I say it without sounding like a pervert? She's an attractive girl. That's got to help. But she's still doing it. She's still doing it. Anyway, agreed it's been called being an adult reeler, and you're right, Si. It is being an adult, and I miss discourse. I miss being able to talk to people about anything and everything. I censor myself a lot on YouTube, believe it or not. There's lots of stuff that does not make it to the cutting room floor, past the cutting room floor, and some of the banter definitely can't go in.
You've got to do, haven't you? Advertisers don't like that.
I ain't worried about advertising. They would cut my channel. They would axe me in a heartbeat. Right, what's he say? Lee, you put me on to Claire in the first place. She's an amazing videographer. You're right, Rob. She's a good girl. That sounds patronising as fuck, but she's a good girl. I like Claire. Hello, Claire.
She won't be liking this.
You say that, mate, right? She, on that tiny bike tour thing, she was the first one to ping something up about me doing it. Bearing in mind, she's a big channel.
Yeah.
And I sent her a message, said thanks. And exactly what he said. She said, you were the first person to give me a shout out on YouTube. I'll never forget that. She's a lovely girl. She's a genuine person. Got a lot of time for Claire. A lot of time.
Like I said, she makes good videos. She's a, decent editor. 3 days down into 7.5 minutes. That's ballsy. It's ballsy.
I know.
People have spanned that out into 4 videos, 4 30-minute videos. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I've seen people cooking for 15 minutes. She could have cooked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's off to her. And she probably puts herself into situations as well.
Yeah.
Good on her. Adam and Cat Bushcraft was Wild Wells. Yep, I believe it was. Simon, a bloke in the woods. As I said, top bloke. I like Simon. Again, he's genuine. I disagree with this one completely. I think the bloke's a bit of a prick.
I've never heard of him.
Reelabron, Si. He goes out up to Dartmoor, mate. He does all these historic videos. He's a lovely bloke.
Oh, he does historic stuff, does he? I might have to check him out.
Well, he don't do historic stuff, but he will give you the history when he's on the places. It's akin to mine that he goes out to camp, and if he passes a burial mound or something or other, he knows the history of it.
That's nice. I might check him out because I like that sort of stuff. I'm interested in that sort of shit.
Be warned, he does have a face like a depressed hillside.
That doesn't matter to mine. Have you seen mine?
And just to show you what I mean, there he is.
Well, there we go. I'll have to check your channel out, mate.
It's not fair because if you start checking him out now, he's actually happy in his videos because he's just got himself a new lady. Right. It's weird seeing him happy.
That won't last long.
She'll come home 5 minutes early one day and you'll be doing the old 5 knuckle. Anyway, don't know what I'm clicking on. So what's it? It's good because she's also good looking. I'll take back on Claire, look. And they want to blame her for that success and not their lack of effort and the lack of their own success. Craig, you couldn't be more right because I put in 0 effort and I'm dragging like a mofo.
If you put some knee-high socks on, though, you might do a bit better.
I don't know. I've only got little legs. I reckon I'll be touching brain. Right, again, apologies. I never read whatever this is coming up. So, Born Outside, can you imagine if Lundy did a 3-day trip? It would be longer than a Tenko series. I apologise, Jim. I didn't read that before I put it up, but I know you know Timmy. Timmy and Jimmy. I do try to keep my vids under the half-hour mark. I try to keep them under the 20-minute mark, but it's hard. I mean, Martin's songs played for 3-4 minutes. Do you often go out with people? I know you have been out with at least one person.
Oh, myself?
Yeah.
I've been out with Daily Outdoors. Been out with a new lad. Well, the lad that I went out with last, Curtis, he actually got me into the wild camping and that sort of thing. So
yeah,
I'm out with him again. I don't know, next week, I think. Camped out with quite a few other YouTubers in the past when I was first starting out. But I don't mind camping with anyone, as long as I've spoken to them for a bit. Do you know what I mean? You get people asking you if you can camp with you all the time, and it's like, well, you're a stranger. I don't want to be at middle of woods with a stranger.
See, the thing is, if you do blank them, they do stop asking. I've been out with a few people. Let's say Reelabrand, been out with Dan Camp Life, Bushcraft with Burton Outdoors. Who else? A couple of others. I met Sandy. He's come out camping with me. I met up with Jimmy on that tiny bike tour thing. But yeah, I'm not one for group camps and this, that, the other.
You need to
with people I know.
Rapport first, though, don't you, with someone before you just go out and go on a camp with someone?
Well, that's the trouble. Martin always points out there is only one me. So, and not everyone likes that. But hey,
what's Lynn saying? Hey, Gaz, question: do you ever camp in Scotland? No, I don't go that far up north. Most of my camps are within 10 miles of my house. Most of them. I don't really need to travel anywhere. I'm in the South Pennines, which is a mountain range in itself. I've got the Peak District below me, North Yorkshire Moors above me. So I don't need to go anywhere really to get some decent views and that. It'd be nice to camp in Scotland, but it's climbing mountains. Every time I've climbed a mountain, I've never got a view. Every time I've climbed up a mountain, I've been in clouds. And it's like, I've climbed all this way just to see fog. You know what I mean? I can see that in Bradford when I drop my kids off. You know what I mean?
I'm a firm believer in, though, a camp is better if it's made you sweat for it.
Oh, well, you sleep better.
Yeah, it's also, getting the sun on your back and wind in your lungs is good. And I hate fucking push bikes, but even bike packing is better than not camping.
Yeah. Yeah, getting out there is better than not camping, full stop. We ran out of questions now. Is that it?
No. I'm having real trouble focusing.
I want to go camping with me, someone says.
That's Jimmy. Lundy. There you go, look. This sums up my videos. 5 minutes walking, 5 minutes camping, 20 minutes berating Martin. To be fair, he's a prick. You don't get to see. ADHD shouldn't be laughed at, but he's got it. He's got it.
He's got it. Can he catch it?
Oh, mate. He sent me messages the other day, and he won't mind me saying, he went, Lee, I've used that knot you showed me at work. And he's a 45-year-old man that is only just figuring out how to tie a knot.
Nice.
Oh, watching him climb a style. Yeah, I'll tell you, and it probably surprised me, is as soft as they come. He done that Y trip with me, and that last day it was over 20 hours of physical exercise constantly, and he made it. He's got my utmost respect. And he'd done the King Alfred's way with me. He'd yeah, no, to be fair, for a soft bloke, his nails.
Oh, good stuff. Good man.
Let's have a look there. If you ever want to camp in Michigan, I'm your hiking and camping guide. That's from Lower Michigan Adventures. Love to.
People keep asking me to go to states all the time, but I've got family and work and stuff, so it's not just easy just to up everything and bugger off. You know what I mean? But
I find it hard getting off the Isle of Wight, mate.
Yeah, you're even on a smaller island than me, aren't you?
Mm.
But yeah, I get offers all the time to go to states and stuff, but I can't. Not at the moment, anyway. Not until kids are at least 18 and flown nest.
I must admit, mine. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, do a winter camp. I'm just reading comment. Yeah, I'll camp throughout the year. I need to get out to sort my noggin out. If otherwise I get cabin fever me if I stay inside. So I need to get out.
I couldn't agree more, Gaz. It's, as I said, I didn't go out a couple of weeks back, and Monday morning at work, I was the stroppiest of buggers.
Mm.
I did a camp at Scarfield Pike last week, and the views were insane. I'll never forget that camp, Nathan Allen. There are some like that, got to admit. What's your favourite wake up then that you can recall?
It were a local one. It was up at the Nab. It's called. It's only up on moors up here, but the sunrise for it were absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes you just can't. You can't put into words what it looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did get it on video, so you let her go watch a video. It was one of my earlier ones, one of my earlier videos. That
I'll say to the guys at work, the amount of sunsets and sunrises I have seen.
Some
it's just brilliant.
Haven't seen one.
I know, bad, isn't it?
I know. I take my kids up to tops to make them watch a sunset, and do you know what I mean? So you're gonna have to watch it, look at it, look how beautiful it is. Dad, we just want to go home and play Xbox.
What has scared either of you the most on a camp out?
Gonna let you go first.
Probably watching Martin try to light a stove. In all honesty, I don't want to sound all, "Oh, man, help him out," or any of that shit. As I said, wildlife in the UK ain't going to kill you. I'm going to rear anyone coming into my camp. If they do make it to me hammock, I stand a reasonable chance because I'm the one with a big bushcraft knife. So there's not really much that bothers me when I camp, to be honest with you.
No.
What about yourself, Gaz?
Well, there were the with a like girl or woman whimpering, sort of crying type thing. That one shit me up. Whether it was someone playing a trick on me or whatever, I don't know. Couldn't see anyone, but I even get fucking hairs on my arms now. Standing up thinking about it. And that was just one of them times it was like, nah, I can't see it, can't fight it if it's not there. If you can't see it.
You see, but this is my way of thinking about that. People see stuff like that and they say, unexplained thing, therefore ghost. For example, a bloke at work, he told me a story that he heard this sound and he opened his bathroom door and the toilet paper was flying off of the toilet roll. Right. And he said it had to be a ghost, And I said, could a mouse have jumped on it and got it spinning? And it started on, "Oh, you're a nutter, you think a mouse would do?" So he knows a mouse exists, he knows toilet rolls spin, and that is more unbelievable than a ghost coming in and fucking with your toilet paper.
Yeah.
I can't believe in something unexplainable happened, therefore ghost. To me, something unexplainable happened, therefore I need to look for an explanation.
Yeah, well, your default shouldn't be paranormal, I don't think.
No, exactly, yeah.
Your default should be, right, I need to figure out what this is. If I can't figure out what it is, then it still doesn't have to be a ghost. Do you know what I mean? It's just something that you can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, well, we were speaking about someone that passed and his picture flew off the wall. Okay, coincidence. Put a picture back on the wall and speak about him again and see if it happens twice in a row. Then you've got a bit of evidence.
Yeah. See,
It's,
I don't believe in ghosts. I never have done.
I've got an open mind. I just don't. Yeah, there's someone that will remain nameless that is attached to the gossamer threads of the universe, and he can feel entities walking into the room when he's in creepy places. But you can't, can you?
No.
You
I don't
can't.
know.
No, well,
Unless you smoked enough DMT, then I don't think you'll know.
that would be a camp, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll give it a crack, like.
The crack pipe.
Crack like. Yeah, definitely not a crack pipe. When you jumped in that waterfall, Gaz, it was so funny.
Yeah. Did you see hot water jump out when I jumped in?
How deeply did you inhale?
What, before I jumped in? I'm not bothered about jumping into waterfalls and stuff like that. I'll just jump in.
Oh, mate. Don't do cold water.
No, I don't mind it. We do hot tech. Go on, I'll let you read it out.
We do hot tech camping up here in Michigan, but wait for it to get nice and cold. We like to see it anywhere between -10 and freezing. I think we was talking about this the other day. That's the one thing with the hot tents. I love the thought of them. I've never been cold enough to warrant having a stove in my tent.
I think they're too much work, That's what I think about them. You sat inside a little tent, cutting up wood, or trying to cut up wood in a tiny little tent. And I don't think it's for me. Once I'm in my tent, I want to sit, lie back, relax. I don't want to be doing more work. It's fair enough if you're outside with, a few lads and that sat around a fire sort of thing underneath a tarp. That's different. But
if it's like a 5-day woodland camp, and yeah, it's worth it. But yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't warrant picking it up and carrying it all that way, unless I was taking me missus and wanted a bit of luxury for her.
Yeah.
But I don't love her enough to buy a big enough tent and stove. I ain't even fixed a diesel heater in this yet. There you go. I do like Gareth and Zoe. They make me laugh. That's up to you, mate. I'm fortunate that my local forest is a 10-minute drive or 25-minute bike ride away. Not many hills in Norfolk, thankfully. No, but what they lack in hills, they make up for in fingers. You heard that one well. I don't think many people catched it. When I got just before Norfolk on the tiny bike tour, I tried to get people to give me some high sixes. I never got any takers. What's this one here? Haven't camped for 18 months and I'm losing my mind. Well, there's one answer to that then, isn't there?
Get you sent out.
Yeah.
Get you sent out.
It don't need to be the top of Kilimanjaro. It can be the woodland round the back of Tesco's. If you're out, you're out.
Yeah, Lundy, I agree with you on that, mate. He says, I love hill camps in the summer, but woods is better in winter. I agree with you because I like coming down into woods in winter and having a decent fire and stuff. Because, it gets dark, doesn't it, at 4:30? And that's it then, isn't it? You can't do it.
Yeah.
But if you've got a fire to look at, poor man's telly, then something to do.
I'm going to scroll down, but Martin's songs are pretty good. Martin is a damn... The one thing that does me... I wish people knew just how good Martin actually was. Because he's done world tours with Shane Fallan, or it might have just been the British tour with Shane Fallan. He's been a session musician on a lot of music. He's done a lot of gigs. His band's done okay. He is 20 times the musician that you see on my videos. Always going to be ginger, though.
I'd rather be bald than ginger.
Well, luckily, he's both. I don't believe in ghosts, but I like the idea of believing. That makes sense. I wouldn't mind seeing something that makes me believe.
I think we all would. You know, I won't mind seeing something that makes me believe in something else. I'm always up for learning stuff. Do you know what I mean? But
I'm
until
100% open-minded on everything. I genuinely am. But I won't blindly believe anything.
yeah, I'm not believing that there's Bigfoot in the UK. That's one thing that I won't believe in.
Yeah. Well, see, belief isn't a choice. You either believe it or you don't.
Yeah.
So these people that do believe, you know, your thinking ain't right.
I just don't think there's enough space for Bigfoot to live in the UK. Maybe up in Scotland mountains somewhere, but maybe not in England.
You've obviously never been to some nightclubs in Chatham. If they're not Bigfoot, they do smell like his dick. Look, Jimmy's out camping at the minute. I'm sitting under a tarp watching you two, and it's pissing down. Great entertainment, lads.
Unlucky. Unlucky that you're watching us, I meant.
Steve Rounder, how do you plan to avoid the dreaded claw hand this year on the micro bike? Luckily, Steve, I've got a plan. It's still buggered, so it can't really get much worse. Thinking.
I'm going to have to shoot off soon, I think, because I need to...
Yeah, I'm going to call it quits at 9. Let's have a quick look. The thing about living in Norfolk, if you fall out with one bloke in the pub, you fall out with most of the town. Possibly. Couldn't comment. How many... Huh?
I've never been to Norfolk, so I don't know.
It's, yeah, be much like the Isle of Wight, very small man mentality. Everyone knows everyone's movements. How many believe the BBC? Personally, no, not at all. But that's just me.
Which BBC?
I think you're talking about the channel, not your favourite category.
Yeah, well, I don't pay TV license, so I'm done for years.
Oh, Timmy liked my comment about Chatham because he lives around that area and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Right, time to start wrapping this up, I think, mate. So, for all you guys that are still here, thank you for watching. Gaz, if you've got a couple of minutes after we finish, that'd be good just to have a little catch up. But before that, hunt yourself. Tell everyone where they can find you, what you've got going on, say what you want to say, then get the fuck out.
Grizzly Gaz, just come and have a look. If you like what you see, then you like what you see. Subscribe if you want. I'm not right bothered if you do or not, but if you like it, come and watch. Only on YouTube, really. I don't really do on else because it's just a pain in the ass. I prefer just YouTube. So, and if you like French bulldogs, come and have a look at our Fenzel. She comes with me everywhere. So,
wicked.
That's about it.
Right. So I'll see you in a bit. And for all you watching, if you are, come over just to see Grizzly Gags. Yeah, you definitely chuck me a bleeding subscribe bit. Or not. Don't really matter. Been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you want more, leave a comment below. Like all that shite. I don't know if it does anything. Probably not. I'm going to look at my subscribers and I've probably lost about 20 because I'm a foul mouth gutter snipe. Until next time, ta-ra.